Hey guys, welcome to the Field of 68 YouTube channel. If you like what you see here, hit that subscribe button and you'll get more college basketball content just like this.
they're in the same they're in the same region. Now it's not Duke and Kentucky's region because the region belongs to Houston. Houston's the 1 seed in the South, right? Houston's the 1 seed in the South. Marquette is the 2. Tyler Kolek will be available for their first round game against Western Kentucky. They could meet Florida. That's a spicy round of 32 game. And then Florida's gonna end up in this pod getting the winner of Boise State or Colorado. That's a really interesting first round game after a first four. Guys, I like upsets here as well. Terrence Oglesby, when you see this South region, what's your reaction? What's the path for Houston? How does it boil down for you?
I think Houston's good until the Sweet 16, and I think Duke could give them some problems. I have Duke beating Houston just because there's no rhyme or reason why. I said this before Selection Sunday. I think as far as a game-to-game situation is concerned, this is about as wide open as I've ever seen it. There are so many good teams, and there are so many good players right now. With this extra year, and guys are starting to understand that. We have guys that play at Howard that are in their 8th season. Like, there's really old players, and like it's going to be continue to put out a good product. I have let me see, I'm pulled up. Let's see, I have James Madison beating Wisconsin. That team's good. Then they play Duke in the second round. I think that'll be a tough challenge. But I think that James Madison, you talk about upsets, that's that 5-12 matchup that everybody starts to their eyebrows raise a little bit. I think they could beat Wisconsin. I think it's going to be a really close game with Duke, but I think Duke's just going to have too much. And then if you look a little bit further down, is there anybody playing better than NC State right now? They're an 11 against a Texas Tech team that's good. That's good. But as well as they're playing, I don't think anybody has anything for DJ Burns right now until they run into a Kentucky team in that second round. I do think there's upsets abound in this region. I think, Micah Handlockton goes down today for Florida with a lower leg injury that looked pretty gruesome. You look at Florida going into that game. I think Boise or Colorado could beat Florida in this particular occasion. Love what Todd Golden's done. Good that they got in the tournament. I do think Micah means a lot to that defense. So, like you said, John, I think there's a lot of upsets to be had in this bracket.
Tyler, how do you see the South? Where's an upset coming from? What do you think?
First of all, a game I want to watch, and now a lot of people are going to call me crazy, is Marquette and Western Kentucky. Western Kentucky likes to get out and pressure. They like to get up and down the court. They run a fast-paced offense. So that, to me, is going to be a fun game to watch. And I know everyone's going to sit here and say Marquette's really, really good. Marquette is good. They're also wounded right now. Keep that in mind. And here's my other thing is T.O.'s on to something with NC State. You've got to give them credit. What they did in the ACC tournament and the momentum they could carry into the NCAA tournament, they're a team that, I hate to say it, they could surprise a lot of people. And DJ Burns, like you said, he is an underrated big, and what he does as far as getting his other teammates involved, he is an incredible passer. That's one of his best qualities about his game, along with his footwork, his size and footwork, and his his hands. It just doesn't match, and he is a fun player to watch. For my upsets in this bracket, boy, I tell you what, I think Duke is vulnerable, and
I do too.
And the reason I say that is, T.O., you're thinking of Duke as like a traditional Duke. This is not the traditional Duke. We keep trying to think that this is going to be the Duke of the Duke that we all kind of associate Duke with. I just don't think that they've really found the best way to use Filipowski. I've said it all year. The guy does not do well handling physical bigs. And when he gets to Houston, I think they're going to beat him up. They're a physical, defensive, grinded-out team. And I just don't think Duke's built for that. And also, they're young in a lot of places. And young doesn't win in the tournament like we've talked about.
let me tell you about our newest partner for the month of March, SplashSports, the home of certified community competition, where you get to play against your friends and not the house. Whatever game it is that you are playing, from survivors to tiers to pick X, the safest way to play for real money without the hassle of having to track down deposits or worry about payments is through Splash. They have partnered with PaySafe, the best deposit and payment system in the world, to ensure that money stays in safe hands and is delivered to the right places. To join the Field of 68 Survivor Madness, click the link in our profile below and join in. Entries are $5 a pop with a prize pool of up to $4,500. Winner take all.
Here's why I agree with you. I think Duke and Wisconsin are extremely vulnerable. And this is a big tip. And nod or shake your head, depending on what you think. You can't make these picks thinking all about what you just saw from a team in the conference tournament. You can't. Just because a team won their conference tournament doesn't mean shit when they take the floor Thursday or Friday. It could be a bad thing. Early conference tournament exit teams I actually like sometimes more in the NCAA tournament because they're refreshed and they're pissed off because they're coming off a loss. So a couple years ago, Iowa showed up to Buffalo. They played Richmond. Richmond beat them. I thought Iowa was the better team, but Iowa kind of came in feeling all good about themselves because they won the Big Ten. It didn't work out. I think Wisconsin's, there's the shimmy. Wisconsin loses. I am taking James Madison. They're 31-3. I'm telling you, folks, Terrence Edwards and TJ Bickerstaff are the real deal. They're the real freaking deal. James Madison went to Michigan State opening 9-1. You know, they two of their losses were to App State. Terrence, when you get in the league, sometimes a team has your number. But if you've never played them, I really think Wisconsin, great Big Ten tournament run. Also, I wonder how much it took out of them. And James Madison, if Vermont's going to bring a lot of fans, UVM fans are going to be rooting for James Madison because UVM, look, they're out for an upset themselves here, and they could do it on Friday in Brooklyn. I don't think they will. I don't think they have enough. I'm going to take Duke to beat Vermont. I just think Duke's a better team. That doesn't always mean that you win in the tournament, but I will say this. If I could wager on an upset, and our friends at BetMGM use the code FIELD, if I could wager on an upset to happen in any pod, this is the pod I would pick because I really believe that this 12 or 13, one of those two teams is going to pull it off. And I think Tyler Hansbrough agrees to some capacity. And I don't know what you think, Terrence, if you trust Wisconsin, if you're back in on the Badgers or not.
No, I'm with you on James Madison. And keep in mind, too, they've had success against the Big Ten when they beat Michigan State earlier this year. So the confidence is there. There is no glass ceiling there with them. They've already broken through that. So I'm with you. I think what they've done there at JMU has been awesome. And good point on them beating Appalachian State, or Appalachian State beating them twice. Sometimes a team just has your number. Those things just happen.
DJ Horn versus Pop Isaacs is going to be fun. I am excited.
Heck yeah, it is.
Texas Tech, I like their team. I really do. They've got balanced scoring between Joe Toussaint. That's a great matchup, guys. It really is. But we got to turn in the South to Kentucky. Here we go. Here comes the fun and the entertainment here, because you just said it.
The best month of the year is here, which is why you need to know that we are now partnered with BetMGM. We'll be using BetMGM lines to make all of our picks, and we'll have special offers for the listeners and the viewers of the Field of 68 all through the NCAA tournament. If you haven't signed up for BetMGM yet, you can use the bonus code FIELD, and you will get up to a $1,500 first bet offer on your first wager with BetMGM, regardless of whether or not that bet hits. Here's the best part. All you need to do is deposit and bet $10 of your hard-earned money. This is how you make it work. Download the BetMGM app and sign up using the bonus code FIELD. Deposit at least $10 and place your first wager on any game, and you get up to $1,500 in bonus bets, regardless of the outcome of your bet. Just make sure you use that bonus code FIELD when you sign up. Most importantly, we do have some fun stuff coming for the conference tournaments and especially for the NCAA tournament. Bet insurance tokens, college hoops odds boosts, and what I love the most, a nice parlay boost for anything you could possibly imagine betting on in the NCAA tournament, from odds and getting an at-large bid to Final Four futures to the highest seed to make to the Sweet 16. I'm calling it right now. BetMGM is the king of the prop bet for your March Madness needs. So go download the BetMGM app, use the code FIELD, and sign up today. And while I've got you, a quick request: the best way to support the Field of 68 and our content you get for free is to engage with us. Rate and review the pod, like and share the YouTube videos, tell your friends about us. It helps in a world where the algorithm is king.